Today I would like to talk to you how to safely handle a firearm given these 5 basic rules. Did you know that in the year 2010 there were 606 accidental shooting deaths in the United States according to the Center for Disease and Control and Prevention? Let's talk about how we can prevent these deaths and injuries from happening by teaching you these 5 basic rules. Before we start, we're going to go ahead and safety check these firearms by removing the ammo supply, making sure there's no ammunition on them. Finger off the trigger, we're going to go ahead and lock it back, and physically and visually inspecting it, make sure there is no ammo in there, and it is clear. This weapon is clear. Revolvers are a little easier. You still have to open them up, make sure that there's getting rid of the ammo supply, visually and physically inspecting it, and there's nothing in there. So both these weapons are clear and safe to handle, but we're still going to treat them as if they are loaded. Okay, that's our first rule. Treat all weapons as if they are loaded. No exceptions. The majority of people have been shot with a gun that they thought was to be loaded or unloaded. Okay, so no exceptions to that one. Okay, I didn't know the gun was loaded is a sorry excuse for hurting or killing somebody. Okay, so that's a big rule. Safety rule number 2: never let your muzzle cross anything you're not willing to destroy. Okay, this means keeping your weapon pointed in a safe direction at all times. So what's a safe direction? Well, a safe direction is somewhere if a weapon goes off, it's not going to hurt anyone or anything you don't want to. Okay, so always keep your gun pointed in a safe direction. Safety rule number 3: keep your finger off the trigger until you've made the conscious decision to shoot. Okay, the higher the better. I like to keep it up on the frame. Okay, it's nearly impossible for your firearm to discharge if your finger does not come in contact with the trigger. So the higher the better. This is still not in contact with the trigger, but in a high stress situation, you get startled, this can easily turn into this. Okay, so always as high as you can. That's a good habit to get into. Okay, so finger off the trigger. Okay. Safety rule number 4: be sure of your target and what is next to and beyond your target. Okay, so this means never firing at a human silhouette or shadow, and never firing at sound. Okay, so there's been times where you hear in the news about a shooter or a hunter shooting into a moving bushes, only to find out that there's a hunter on the other side, or a homeowner coming down, hearing a noise, seeing a shadow, shooting, only to find out it's a relative or something like that. So these things happen and they can be prevented. All right. Safety rule number 5: always wear ear and eye protection as necessary. Okay. If you guys ever been to a gun range, you know how loud this can be. So something as basic as earplugs, or you can invest in some shooting earmuffs, which you can get at Walmart for $10, $15. Okay. Glasses, prescription glasses, safety glasses, sunglasses, anything that's going to cover your eyes from debris like shell casings, dirt, ricochets, anything like that. Okay. So always wear ear and eye protection when appropriate. Okay, so accidental shooting and injuries can be prevented if you follow these 5 basic rules. Let's go ahead and review them now. Safety rule number 1: treat all weapons as if they are loaded. Okay, no exceptions to that rule. Number 2: never let your muzzle cross anything you're not willing to destroy. Safety rule number 3: keep your finger off the trigger until you've made the conscious decision to shoot. Safety rule number 4: be sure of your target and what is beyond and next to your target. And safety rule number 5: always wear ear and eye protection when appropriate.